Welcome to this week's Spelling Netcast. We are on Unit 1, Week 5. Let's make sure we have everything that we need. You're going to need your sharpened pencil, scissors, these are adult scissors, your spelling bag to put your spelling words in after you have cut them out and done your lay and say, your spelling journal, of course, and your words. Now, in case you didn't have your words, you can pause the video and make your own words. Let's go ahead and cut these words out, just like you always do. Now, last week on Unit 1, Week 4, Mr. Anderson taught you about the R-controlled vowels. Well, I'm going to add to your R-controlled vowels, so you have more. So you already understand from Mr. Anderson how the R-controlled vowels work. How the R robs the vowel of its own sound. So go ahead and pause the video, cut out the rest of your words, and then we'll get busy. Let's get started and turn to your first clean page. Don't skip any pages. I'm going to skip a page, but I don't want you to. You need to make sure you have this in your journal. Okay, first thing you need to do is put your name on everything, even though this is in your journal. And let's put the date. And then we are on Unit 1, Week 5. Okay, and we are doing R-controlled. R-controlled vowels. Now remember that anytime during this video you can pause the video to get what you need done. Alright, so we have R-controlled and we have oddballs. Okay, and like Mr. Anderson told you, these are a little bit different. So I want you to go ahead and put your words out around your notebook so that you have them, so you can see them. So if we talk about them, you can just grab them. Okay? All right. Now, as Mr. Anderson had you do last week, I am going to need you to cut out 4 slips of paper. Okay. Let's go ahead and put our R-controlled in there in your spelling bag. Put that to the side. All right, we're going to save these blank ones for later. You know what to do with those, but we're going to save those. All right, so let's look at our first, one of our first words. Everybody look at surf. Surf. So when we're talking about the R-controlled words, remember that a vowel followed by the R, it makes a unique vowel sound. And the R basically robs the U of the U sound. Okay, so what we're going to do this week, our exemplar is actually going to be surf. We're going to have what it is in your pronunciation guide looks like this. And it's also spelled U-R. So put a line under there. This is your pronunciation from the dictionary, and this is how this word is spelled with the U-R pattern. Surf. Okay, because this is or you, it doesn't really work. Surf. So surf is the sound, is the word. So let's spell that. S-U-R-F. Okay, underline the U-R because that's the spelling pattern. And remember that the R is why this U says all together. All right? Let's try another word. Let's go with squirt. Squirt. Okay, in this one, we have the pronunciation guide again is the same, but you spell it I-R. Okay, underline that. Let's write the word squirt, S-Q-U-I-R-T, S-Q-U-I-R-T. Underline the I-R, that's the pattern. Okay, so R robs the I of its vowel sounds, short or long. So this is just the sound. All right, let's get our next one. Let's go with this one, verse. Verse. Again, it says Okay, pronunciation guide again is the same. So when you look it up in the dictionary, the pronunciation will say this. But this one is spelled E-R. Okay, we're strictly working with the patterns this week. So we have V-E-R-S-E. So V-E-R-S-E. Underline the in verse. Okay, there's the R again. That stills that sound. All right, that robs it. Okay, here's another one. Find the word yearns. And again, the pronunciation guide is the same. So it's the same for all of those, even though we have different spelling patterns. So this is the E-A-R. Okay, so we have Y-E-A-R-N-S, Y-E-A-R-N-S. And we underline the whole thing. If you did that by itself, it would say ear. Isn't that different? So the R robs the sound again, and it says Okay. So this week is kind of a review of what Mr. Anderson told you about the R controlled vowels last week, but these are just the patterns. So we don't have like a long A and a short A. It just is a pattern, the spelling pattern. So let's just grab another one, like nerve. Okay, so nerve. So there's the ER. So it just goes under the ER pattern. N-E-R-V-E. Underline it, and there's that R. Okay, the R robs the E, so it says And you're going to have your oddballs. So let's just write the oddballs clear over here. And see what our oddball word may be. Okay, look for one. Let's see. Trying to find one in here. Lurch. A board. Okay, here is an oddball word. Board. Here's the word board, so it's a board. And it says or, as in last week's. But this week we are not talking about any of these. These are not our pattern. So this one would go in your oddball because it doesn't fit under these patterns. We could do the same pattern as he did last week and do that. Maybe we'll just do that. Well, let's not because you did that last week. All right, so let's find another one that's, if you've got any other ones, let's see. Wow. So the only one that I'm seeing that has some different ones here's one, dreary, because this does say ear, dreary, dreary. So that's going to be your oddball. Even though it has the EAR, because this says We're looking for the R controlled, And this says dreary, it says ear, dreary. So it is not the same, dreary. All right, so what I want you to do now is just to go through all of your words, make sure you do all of them, and write them down. Do your exemplars for your blind sorts or your speed sorts or your lay-and says, whatever you might be doing. And let's just write UR, IR, ER, oh, what did I miss? UR, IR, oh, EAR. So those are your new exemplars. Go ahead and pick those up and put them in your Ziploc bag so you have them. So just remember that a vowel followed by the letter R works in combination together to make that unique vowel sound of the Make sure you finish this. Don't stop now. Finish this. If you have any questions when you get back to school, please ask any of the teachers, your homeroom teacher, or if you have a different language arts teacher, you can ask them. So good luck, get it done, and we'll see you tomorrow at school.